Just out of curiosity, ladies, do me a favour, take one step closer so I'm not blocking the alpha strollers and wheelchairs. I usually start with a small but intelligent crowd, but you guys will work out fine. On a serious note, please don't be fooled by the appearance of our sharpeners. They might be very, very small, but they're very, very powerful. These little blades here in the middle are actually made out of tungsten carbide steel. They've been impregnated with diamonds, which means you won't wear them out. If you do, please tell us how you've done it. We'll send you another one. Now, every other sharpener that you've ever seen, bought, or used before, you hold the sharpener with one hand, you hold the knife with the other hand. Now, if you don't see the problem with that all on your own, I can't really help you anymore, okay? The way we designed this one, it's got a suction cup on the bottom. So if you put it on a flat surface and you pull on the handle, it locks it in place. Now, my wife, she's the clever one. She keeps hers on the fridge, okay? Not only does it help her keep track of it at all times, but every time she has a knife in her hand, it doesn't matter if it's a dull knife or a sharp knife, before she puts it in the drawer, she runs it through there once. Guess how many dull knives are in the drawer? None that get used, okay? Now, anytime you sharpen a knife, it doesn't matter how you do it, you have to remove metal from the knife. I want you to keep your eyes on those two blades as I draw this knife towards me. You will actually see the knife getting sharper. And what I mean is, you can actually see the metal coming off the knife. Now, ladies, don't be alarmed. I don't want you to go home and think that every time you sharpen one of your expensive knives, you're going to remove that much metal. Because if you're a chef, after 6 months, you won't have expensive knives, you'll have expensive handles, okay? I do that for a reason. In order for me to prove to you just how powerful this is, I use an extremely dull knife. But if I take a relatively sharp knife, like the ones you probably have at home, and I run it through there the same way, the amount of steel that comes off that knife is a lot less significant. In fact, you can sharpen that knife every day. You won't ruin the knife. What you'll do, though, is have really sharp knives, okay? Now, you can use this on the smallest knife you have. I don't care if it's a pocket knife, pen knife, and if you have one, I'll sharpen them at the end. You can use it on the biggest knife you have, whether it's a machete or even a meat cleaver. But the one knife that people ask me about most often are your serrated knives, yeah? Bread knives, steak knives, okay. When you sharpen a regular knife, guys, you're sharpening one long straight edge. When you're sharpening the serrated knives, you have to sharpen the teeth individually. So, place it inside the sharpener the same way. The only difference is when you pull it back, do it real slowly. See, if you take your time, you'll not only sharpen each one of those teeth individually, but if they're out of alignment, you'll realign the teeth at exactly the same time. Now, please, always remember to wash and wipe the blade before you use it. If you forget, you won't have to take any iron tablets for the rest of the month, okay? Now, scissors and shears, and then I'm all done. When you do a knife, you sharpen both sides at an acute angle. When you do scissors, you only have to sharpen one side. The angle is 22.5 degrees, but you don't need to know that. What you need to know is when you do a knife, you hold it like that, straight up and down. When you want to do your scissors, just tip them to the left. See, when you take that flat beveled edge and you rest it on that blade flush, all you need to do then is just run it across there one time. Turn it over, do the same thing on the other side, and that'll sharpen your scissors. When you want to do garden shears, do them the same way, they're just bigger. Now, most people don't usually sharpen a pair of shears. What they usually do is they throw them in the shed, they let them get rusty, they go to the store, they buy another pair of shears. If you go home and sharpen one pair of shears, you'll pay for this the first time you use it. Now, if you want to do clippers, pruners, loppers, simply take the blade out, run it through the middle there about 2 to 3 times. It's easier. If you want to do axes, chisels, and lawnmower blades, you understand this is harder steel. You want to pull that through at least half a dozen times before you get a dent. By the way, if you can't get the blade out of the lawnmower, you'll save a ton of energy if you just take the sharpener to it. Now, one last piece of advice, I usually give it to all the married men. Gardening tools come in contact with poison, pesticide, tree sap, and the crap from your dog, literally. If you do decide to take one home, you want to decide before you leave whether you're going to use it in the garden or whether you're going to use it in the kitchen, because if you're married, the wife doesn't want you using the same one on both, okay? Now, if you don't get them from me, you can order them online and buy them on television. They come with the instructions, the directions, and the lifetime warranty. On television, they sell for 2 payments of $19.95. They're worth every penny. By the time you add the shipping, though, it's closer to $50. Now, here at the show, I do give you a much better deal, but if you think that's a lot of money, pay someone to sharpen all the knives that you got, whether it's bread knife, steak knife, chef knife, then open up the drawer in the hallway, you know, the one where you've got 6 or 7 dull pair of scissors, and then I want you to send them out to the sheds with your gardening tools. They'll charge you more than $50 for the garden tools on their own. Now, here at the show, I save you the shipping, and I take $15 off the price. If you want one, it's $25 for one. If you want to get one for the kitchen and one for the garden, so it's cheaper than divorce, I do 2 for $40. If you want any more than that, maybe you want to get them for friends or neighbours, put them away in the tackle box or toolbox. They're $20 each after that. So you get 3 for $60, 4 for $80. The best deal, you buy 5 for $100. Put them away for Christmas. We give you the 6th one to go with it free. Now, if you have any questions, ladies, feel free to ask. If you missed anything, I'll do it again. If you have a knife on you, give it to me. I'll sharpen it for you.